Hello everyone. Today, I want to talk about something incredibly important that goes far beyond what we see on the surface of the skin. We're going to discuss atopic eczema, a condition that millions of people around the world live with every single day. Many people think of eczema as just a simple rash or a bit of dry, itchy skin. But for those who experience it, it is so much more than that. It's a chronic condition that can deeply affect a person's quality of life, their confidence, and even their mental well-being. It's a constant battle that is fought both on the skin and within the mind, and it's a battle that deserves our full attention and empathy. As a dermatologist, I see the physical effects of skin conditions all the time. I see the redness, the scaling, and the raw, inflamed skin that comes with a severe eczema flare-up. But my work has always been about more than just the physical. It's about understanding the person and how their skin condition impacts their entire life. Eczema isn't just an occasional inconvenience, it's a persistent, often painful companion. It dictates what clothes you can wear, what foods you might avoid, and how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Understanding this full picture is the first step toward providing true, compassionate care for everyone affected. So what exactly is atopic eczema? Let's break it down. Atopic refers to a group of conditions linked to an overactive immune system. Asthma, hay fever. Eczema is skin inflammation. Atopic eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, is a chronic inflammatory skin condition where the skin barrier doesn't work properly. A healthy skin barrier is like a strong brick wall, keeping moisture in and irritants out. With eczema, that wall is weak with gaps. Moisture escapes. Allergens get in. Bacteria get in, triggering inflammation. The symptoms are much more than just dry skin. The hallmark is an intense, unrelenting itch. It's not a normal itch. It's a deep, consuming sensation. The itch-scratch cycle. The skin itches, you scratch, the barrier is further damaged, inflammation grows, and more itching. This cycle can be incredibly difficult to break. Other symptoms: red patches, brownish-gray patches, small raised bumps that may leak fluid when scratched, thickened skin, cracked skin, scaly skin. For a long time, we've known anecdotally that people with severe eczema often struggle with their mental health. But now, we have powerful scientific evidence that confirms this link in a shocking way. A major new study has been published. Its findings are a critical wake-up call for patients, families, the entire medical community. This wasn't a small, isolated piece of research. It was a massive international effort that looked at data from hundreds of thousands of adults across 17 different countries, making it one of the most comprehensive studies of its kind ever conducted. The goal was to understand the true global burden of atopic eczema. The researchers wanted to go beyond just counting how many people have eczema. They wanted to know how it truly affects their lives. So they asked participants about their physical symptoms. They also asked deeply personal questions about their mental well-being, emotional well-being. Specifically, they investigated the prevalence of suicidal thoughts attempts among those with atopic eczema compared to those without the condition. Let's look at the specific numbers from this landmark study, because they are truly sobering. The research revealed that adults with atopic eczema were 44% more likely to report suicidal thoughts compared to adults without the condition. Let that sink in. Just by having this skin disease, a person's risk of thinking about suicide increases significantly. This isn't a small jump. It's a massive leap that highlights a serious crisis. It tells us something about living with eczema is creating despair and pushing people to a dangerous edge. The study looked not just at thoughts, but at actions. It found that people with eczema were 36% more likely to have attempted suicide. This transforms the issue from a mental health concern into life or death. The physical agony of the itch, the social isolation, the sleep deprivation, it all combines to create a burden that becomes unbearable for some. These aren't just numbers on a page. They represent real people, real families, real tragedies that could be prevented if we take eczema-related mental health seriously. These statistics are an urgent call to action. The link between eczema and suicidal thoughts is not a mystery when you consider the immense psychological weight of the condition. Living with a chronic visible illness often leads to significant mental health challenges, depression, anxiety. The constant discomfort, pain, itch can be incredibly wearing, leading to feelings of hopelessness and exhaustion. When you feel like you can never get relief, it's easy to see how a dark cloud of depression can settle in. The unpredictability of flare-ups fuels anxiety, creating a constant what-if worry that can be, honestly, just paralyzing. The burden appears heavier for certain groups. Research highlights young adults individuals with obesity. For young adults, this is a time of forming identity and building social connections. Having a visible skin condition can lead to intense self-consciousness, bullying, and social withdrawal. For people with obesity, they may already face societal stigma and health challenges, and adding the physical and emotional pain of eczema on top of that can feel like an insurmountable weight. One of the most torturous aspects of atopic eczema is its impact on sleep. The itch associated with eczema is often worse at night. The quiet of the evening, the warmth of the bed, natural bodily rhythms can all conspire to intensify the itching to an unbearable degree. This leads to what we call nocturnal pruritus, or nighttime itching. Patients, especially children, will scratch for hours, sometimes in their sleep, waking up to raw, bleeding skin and another day of exhaustion. Chronic sleep deprivation isn't just about feeling tired. It has profound effects on every aspect of health. When you don't get enough sleep, your ability to cope with stress plummets. Your mood becomes more volatile, more susceptible to feelings of depression, more susceptible to irritability. Lack of sleep also impairs cognitive function, making it difficult to concentrate at school, making it difficult to concentrate at work. Furthermore, sleep is essential for the body to heal and regulate its immune system. Not getting enough sleep can actually make the eczema itself worse, creating another vicious cycle. The eczema prevents sleep, and the lack of sleep worsens the eczema. This relentless cycle can make life feel like an uphill battle every single day. For many years, the foundation of eczema treatment has been what we call topical therapy. This involves applying creams and ointments directly to the skin. The most common treatments are moisturizers, also known as emollients, which are essential for repairing the damaged skin barrier and keeping it hydrated. We also use topical corticosteroids, which are anti-inflammatory creams that help calm down flare-ups. These are effective for many people with mild to moderate eczema. However, for those with more severe disease, these creams are often not enough to control the symptoms and provide real, lasting relief. For more severe cases, doctors have traditionally moved on to broader, more powerful treatments. These can include phototherapy, where the skin is exposed to controlled amounts of ultraviolet light to reduce inflammation. Another option is systemic immunosuppressants taken orally or by injection, which work by tamping down the entire immune system. While these can be very effective, they come with potential side effects because they don't just target the inflammation related to eczema. They suppress the whole immune response, which can increase the risk of infections and other issues. This has left a significant gap in treatment for many patients. But now, we are in an exciting new era of eczema treatment. Thanks to incredible advances in our understanding of the immune system, scientists have developed a new class of drugs called biologics. Instead, they are highly targeted therapies. The new research connecting eczema to suicide risk makes one thing crystal clear. We cannot continue to treat this condition as if it only affects the skin. The psychological distress is not a side effect. It is a core component of the disease for many patients. Therefore, our approach to treatment must be holistic. It must integrate mental health support as a standard part of eczema care. Dermatologists, primary care doctors, other healthcare providers need to be trained to recognize the signs of depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation in their patients. Asking the right questions is the first step. How is your itch? How are you coping? How is this affecting your sleep? How is this affecting your work? How is this affecting your relationships? Have you been feeling down or hopeless? Creating a safe space for patients to talk about their emotional struggles without fear of judgment is crucial. For many, simply being asked these questions and having their suffering validated can be an enormous relief. It tells them that their doctor sees them as a whole person, not just a collection of symptoms on a patch of skin. This integrated approach also means building a collaborative care team. A dermatologist can manage the skin, but they should be ready to refer patients to mental health professionals. Therapists, if you are reading this and you live with atopic eczema, I want to end with a direct message to you. What you are going through is real, it is difficult, and you do not have to endure it alone. The feelings of frustration, sadness, and even despair. They are a completely understandable response to living with a challenging and often painful chronic condition. The new study we've discussed validates your struggle. It shows the world that the burden you carry is heavy, and it underscores the urgent need for more compassion and better support. Please know that there is hope. The world of dermatology is changing rapidly. We have better treatments available today than ever before, with more on the horizon. The new biologic medications like the lebrikizumab jab are transforming lives and offering relief to people who thought they would never find it. Don't give up on finding a treatment that works for you. If your current plan isn't giving you the relief you need, talk to your doctor. Be your own advocate. Ask about new options and keep pushing for the care you deserve. Most importantly, please take care of your mental health. Your emotional well-being is just as important as your physical.